Life is in a stream. The ocean called for you.
My sister was diagnosed with CLL, leukemia, in 2015. It was a few days right before my daughter's birthday, so it kind of hit home really hard. She decided to do the all-natural path instead of the radiation and chemo. She decided that she was just going to give up everything and just travel and just spread the word. And then with everything that was happening at home on our side, it was just a great opportunity to go with her. When I was renovating the RV, I was out of work for 3 months. This was kind of like my therapy. That's why it's called Mitty the Witty. It's like a midlife awakening. So I decided not to go back. So after 19 years of teaching, I gave my resignation and convinced my husband that this was an opportunity that we couldn't pass, and he gave up his LPN, his nursing job that he really did love. And we're homeschooling and we're on the road. We have to interact together and make decisions together and just try to be outside as much as possible, get the kids off devices and be outside. I think it's definitely brought us closer.
Hi, my name is Jonathan.
Hi, I'm McKenzie.
Hi, I'm Maxwell.
And I'm Darcy, and this is our tiny home on wheels, Mitty the Winnie. So this is a 1999 Winnebago Adventure. We bought it for $5,000. It was really cheap. We got it because it had a leak in the sunroof above the shower, which we were replacing anyway. It's regular unleaded gas. It's 33 feet long. It has a slide out on the side. It has one slide out, and we have an awning that we don't really pull out because it's a pain to get back in. There's awnings on all the windows that we can use. We added some solar to the top. So we have a 3,000 watt inverter with 400 amp hour battery bank underneath that powers all of our 120 volt outlets on the inside. It works for us during the day, and when we lose sunlight, we have a Predator generator back here. In the back, we have 2 bike racks, one for all 4 of our bikes and the other one for the scooters. We also have a storage rack. The storage rack is what's holding our 2 gas tanks, the propane tank, and our outdoor grill. Usually bottom out whenever we hit an incline, but as long as I keep the momentum going, we're fine. We have tons of space in what they call the basement. This is where our freshwater tank is. This one houses our propane tank, and then these 2 are storage. On the other side, we also have 4 storage bins that hold all of our clothing, so we switch out depending on what season it is. So right now it's housing all of our Christmas clothing. Welcome to our home, Mitty the Winnie. This is our home, so I tried to make it feel as homey as I could. We recycled or repurposed or reused things that we had in the house already, so the kids felt like they were at home. Nice and open. I'm very comfortable here. It's cozy. Everybody that comes in here, it feels like home, so that's important to me. Everything was wood. It had wallpaper and a border with flowers on it. Everything was that blue. It had like blue shag rug. As you can see right there, we never pulled it up. It had blue fabric shades with fake curtains. Very stuffy. Almost, it felt stuffy. So we had to lighten it up, and we had to open it up. So this is the mudroom and our bookcase. So the top shelf is all of my books. I have yoga materials. I was a former teacher, so I have some science and writing textbooks so that I can teach my kids about them. Definitely was one of the hardest things to do, was get rid of books. This is where we have all of our jackets, and behind it we have every one of us has a hook, so we put all of our backpacks back there. There's also a shelf here so that the kids can put their boots, and we store our dog food down here and some extra shoes. There's shoes that you need to run outside, and so Crocs and sandals. And then I need to have plants. You can't have a home without green. Cleans the air. I just love them. So I had a lot more plants and I had to get rid of them, and that was sad too. So this is the cockpit area. Nice, and I have a lot of space here. When we were parked, when we were doing the conversion, this was covered with all of my house plants. So since then we have collected some succulents. That's our Christmas tree. We plan on planting that wherever we decide to plant our new roots. This is where my husband sits. He actually built this section. So when we pulled out the passenger side seat, I wanted to have a book nook so that we could sit here with the light. We added some lights here. And the kids can do their homework here. It's really, really comfy. It's an old IKEA chair, and we also have storage, so the chair folds up and there's storage underneath. That's where I hold all my beads. And this one also moves up, and that's for all the dog toys. So sometimes when we're driving, the dogs lay here, but most of the time it's one of the kids. We took out the old TV. It was really, really heavy, and we put in a flat screen TV, and my husband built a box behind it for more storage. So we tried to use every inch that we could possibly get. We're collecting stickers everywhere we go. This is just some household items, sewing kits, just stuff that we kind of need, but we don't want to dig for underneath the basement. This is electronics. So the Xbox, extra batteries, wires, and it's just extra storage here. This one holds all of our household games, our family games. So we try to have family game night. The kids like this. It feels like home. It's a connection that we have that we never really had when we were home because we were always working. And this is like the first aid cabinet and like the bathroom, like extra bathroom things. So this has all of our Band-Aids in it, our cast iron soap, our witch hazel, our bug spray, or like the Palo Santo sticks to smudge, get rid of the mosquitoes. So this is the living room area. This is a couch that my sister originally bought for her bus. We pulled out the old couch, which folded out to another bed, but it was extremely heavy and we were trying to get rid of as much weight as we could, and there was no storage. So this couch actually folds out to another bed, and we have dry goods and extra blankets underneath it. Everything is about extra storage and nice and comfy. Above this is water bottles, my husband's protein, so he has his own little place here with his stuff, and school and art supplies are all over there. We also have, it goes really deep, so we actually hide some snacks back there so the kids, we have extra snacks but they don't know about them. So the kitchen area, the only thing I bought, it was one of the first things I bought, were the sticky tiles. I knew I was going to do white and gray, but I needed color. So I found these and I fell in love with them. So this is one of my first purchases. Very easy to stick up. You just have to be patient with the cuts and make sure that it lines up. But I actually had to like crawl into the space to put them up. So that was a trip. Oh, so I did latex, semi-gloss so it's easy to wipe. So dark gray at the bottom and then white everywhere else. And then this had it almost looked like a towel rack, but it was just like a waste of space. So I added this basket there so we can put our odds and ends and our sponges and things. I kept all the original hardware. I just spray painted them black. I was trying to go as cheap as possible, not spend as much money, and just try to reuse or repurpose everything that was here or around us. So this is all of our spices, peanut butter, olive oils. I had candy up here because they know all my other hiding spots. There's not a lot in the camper. They figure it out really quick. But it goes really, really deep. So the things are in the back are things that he doesn't use every day when he cooks. Everything that he uses is right up front. So that's that cabinet. We have a spice rack that was here originally. This is a really, every drawer in here is so large. So this one just houses all the extra pots and pans. And this is all cooking supplies, my cleaning supplies, all of our dry goods. This is our plastic wrap, and this is actually a lock for when the slide comes in. You're supposed to lock it into a little D-ring. On this side is my cups, plates. We only have paper because we're in the desert and we were trying to conserve water. So we throw those in the fire pit, leave no trace. And this one, coffee, aluminum foil, our Breville, some crock pots, all the things that he uses when he cooks. This was actually the dinette. So these drawers were actually the benches. So this top one was on this side, and the dinette actually folded down to make another sleeping area. And and we didn't need that space, and it came out really, really far. It just wasn't useful for us, and we needed more storage. I kept the drawers because they were so large, and I knew we needed the space, so they go so deep. So I kept both of them. For a while, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. I didn't know if I was going to create new benches with them. So I decided to stack them on top of each other, and I built this box to go around them and house them. I love my plants. When we had the house, I had 2 tower gardens that we ate off of every day, which is a hydroponic system. Absolutely fantastic. And I was trying to recreate it here with little tiny hydroponics. And it didn't work as well as I thought, so I use them now for some herbs and to root my spider plants. This is my grandfather's old toolbox. So McKenzie and I painted it with chalk paint that we found in Denise's house that she left behind. This has some storage as well. So the table is all scrap wood, and this opens up for other utensils that we don't use every day. This bench I actually built to house our Nerf guns at first and all of our ammo. But that wasn't very practical, so that now it just houses extra food, drinks. We have our pots and pans in here, and then behind it we have a Yeti and more storage. We use every space we possibly can. But yeah, I made this myself. I made both of them. So this section here is mostly for the Berkey water system that had to come with us. We filter all of our water before we drink it. I thought of a couple of different options for it, and none of them seemed to work out the way that we wanted to. And I had this lying around the house, so it was perfect because it fit in the spot, and it holds all of our utensils and all of the extra snacks, and the kids can just easily go in and grab what they need. And we can keep track of what is being eaten and what's not, because you can see right through it. But so this is the kids area. So we have 2 bunk beds. This is where the original shower was. So we ripped the shower out. There was an old pantry, a slide-out pantry here, and there was a linen closet here. It was important for them each to have their own space. So my father actually helped me build the bunks, and we made sure that they had storage for their clothing. They each picked out their own color. And then there's stickers, as you can see. Everywhere we visit, they get stickers, and they're decorating their spaces. The ladder is just to help McKenzie kind of stay in her bunk, because she moves around a lot when she sleeps, so she's hanging halfway off, so it kind of keeps her in her bunk and not on the floor. There's storage. They each have their own little cubby. And then underneath it is our old bureau from our master bedroom. And I cut off the bottom 2 drawers and stuck it underneath, so they each have 1 large drawer and then 2 smaller drawers. Again, we just tried to reuse what we had. It was all about not spending money at all. This is the bathroom. So the original shower was here. I pulled the hot water and the cold water pipes from the flooring underneath and into the bathroom area, which was actually the closet for the master bathroom, which I ripped out to make room. So this is completely brand new. We gutted the entire thing. This was a huge mirror and a countertop with a corner sink. The toilet was right here, and this was cabinets. So I ripped it all out. It's all brand new. Everything's custom because nothing I had planned worked. So it was kind of like build as you go, build as you go. And try to reuse as much material as I possibly can. We have the Nature's Head composting toilet, so I don't have to worry about the black tank. I just plugged it up. And then the tub is right over the gray tank. So it was really, really easy, especially for me who's never done any plumbing, which is like Tetris. So that was important to me to have it all in one spot. So I wasn't touching or moving too much. I didn't want to mess it up. Okay, welcome to the master bedroom. This is the place, the safe place. It's very, very quiet. It's at the back of the rig. There was a TV up here. It was like kitty cornered, but I had to build the 2 new walls. It was a closet here that I had ripped out. So everything is brand new in here too. The ceiling is brand new. The walls are all brand new, but everything else this way is original. So we have closets. Both of us have closets, and then this is an extra storage space. So I have all my sweatshirts up there, and Jonathan has all of his clothing in bins. And our whole bed lifts up, so we have more storage underneath. So plenty of storage, which I was having trouble with because, I mean, when you're in a house for so long, you collect so much stuff. And then where do you put it when you come into an RV? But, I mean, we figured it out. We each have 3 drawers, our shoe racks. So this is my area. I had to build shelving units for my essential oils. We use this to keep our family above the wellness line. We use oils every day. So instead of them being in a bucket somewhere hidden, I reused materials that I had. Our old bed slats from our old wall, mahogany from my parents' house, and old molding that I had left behind like after the build. So I built these myself. I have more here, my diffuser. Again, plants, I need to have plants. Nice blackout curtains that were in the bedroom that we had a friend cut them down and reuse. It was all, like I said, all about saving money. We're used to camping, so we were used to being at a resort or a campsite. So, I mean, it's really cool like to be on BLM land and learning about that, because you don't hear about that until you decide to do this lifestyle. And you can find a lot of really cool places for free. So a lot of people are like, how do you afford it? And it's like, it's just gas and food. Like everything else we do is free. Maxwell loves it. He doesn't ever want to go back. He loves the fact that we get to travel all around. He's learning so much. He's like a sponge. He could totally be a nomad for like the rest of his life. It's growing on McKenzie. She's happy to show her place and her space. And if somebody comes in to check out the RV, she's right there to explain everything we did, show her space. Very proud of it because she helped out. She likes to show off what she did. So I make jewelry. I really do enjoy it. I try to repurpose material or things that I find like driftwood from the Pacific Coast, and I make keychains. I started that a while ago. It's more of a hobby, but it's just kind of something that I do on my own. I feel like being with her, like there's a lot of things she probably wouldn't have done if we weren't here to push her. She gets really, really tired, but she'll keep going for the kids. I think she appreciates that. So you got to live life to the fullest while you still have it. So you never know what tomorrow's going to bring, so.